We are starting in a second. Please enjoy live at the local Naas.
Hello. My name is Emma.
And I'm FELISPEAKS.
I'm Sive. That was loud.
Told you.
Oh yeah, same actually. We're really we're not on top of it tonight, I have to say. This is.
But we will be excellent.
Oh, we're going to be unbelievable. Wait, these are going to, you're going to be blown away in 30 seconds. So, myself and Sive, we're gonna open with this song that myself and Sive finished writing this morning. It's been a really exciting, fun process because the three of us have never worked together in a collaborative way before. So this is our first time doing anything like this, and it's been really beautiful, despite the fact that the actual collaborative day that we had allocated, I wasn't there because I was sick. So I joined them over Zoom and still got a taste of the magic of the crack you had that day, I feel.
That's because we're awesome.
That's because you're awesome. It is, it's true.
We're going to do the hair.
The hair piece we really liked.
I mean, we didn't plan on working on it without you here anyway.
Yeah. We just wanted to get a feel of what you might be thinking about so we can go off and play with it.
I'm trying to remember, was the little thing you sent us, was that a cappella?
I think so. Shall I play it? Try it.
There might be I think there could be a little guitar in there, but I'm not sure.
I can't remember now.
I get it
Do
up.
you have it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Driving her into the night.
Oh.
Chasing her over the countryside. Until she gives up the fight.
I have a piece that might work with this. It's called Gaeltacht. I have to say it like that.
For being the hound. And the hair to find if she doesn't get found. This is tradition. Yes, this is the way the world turns. As we watch the hills burn.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
They're all in there.
That's great. So
Sweet. Now we just need the power.
There's a lead.
spare.
Leads over there.
4-way.
Just the So
One of them's actually
as we watch the hills burn. Or should I go back to mine? See what?
Maybe
Yeah.
bridge. Back. Oh no, bridge chorus. No, bridge. No. What?
Bridge chorus.
Bridge chorus, me again.
And then chorus. So we're doing 4 choruses. I think that's okay.
Because if that's the case, it's amazing.
It's a good chorus.
So this first song is it's inspired by a couple of things, but I wanted to write something. I'm a big lover of animals, and recently was learning about hare coursing and hare hunting. And also learned about the mythology and the history behind the hare and the stories we have in Ireland around the hare. And it's just such a fascinating creature. It's a beautiful creature and it means so much in our history. And then there's this interesting paradox where we also have a tradition of hunting and coursing and terrifying the poor animal. So I started writing this song around that. And then Sive this morning texted me and she's like, I think I have another verse. And I was like, class, because I have another bit too. Deadly. We have a song. So between the three of us, we are going to perform this piece. It's called Hunting the Hare. And hopefully you like it. Solid way of killing time while I finish tuning. Alrighty.
Sorry, I couldn't think of any jokes.
Huh?
I couldn't think of any jokes.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll get there. We'll If you can just be like, while we're performing this, you can think of, for the next time you have some jokes lined up, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Just be on top of it next time, Sive, okay?
Try.
Okay, cool. hunting the hare tonight, driving her into the light, hounding her over the countryside until she gives up the fight. And the dogs, they are baying for blood, doing whatever they think a dog should. Cruelty to even suggest they are cruel, there is no bad or good. And you can't blame a hound just for being a hound, and the hare will be fine if she doesn't get found. Yes, this is tradition, yes, this is the way the world turns, as we watch the hills burn. They're setting the mountains alight, casting their flame in plain sight, crying this land only lives at the mercy of me and my kind. And the hare, she will never not run, run for her life from the fire or the gun, not from the wolf who would hunt to survive. No, it's just for the fun. And you can't blame a hound just for being a hound, and the hare will be fine if she doesn't get found. Yes, this is tradition, yes, this is the way the world turns, as we watch the hills burn.
Blessed art thou amongst women, dear Ireland. This green isle still has maps of bloodied boats slithered around its coasts, its jagged borders smothered in its women's heavy sighs. Remembering waves have not yet washed away, hundreds sacrificed. Neglecting laundries have not yet scrubbed clean, thousands marginalized. We dug out babies' bodies, ripped them from wombs, then their tombs entomb. We named them without knowing, calling their names like children of friends we could have known. We buried them and denied their resurrection. Our women exhumed bones we didn't buy caskets for, giving back bodies we had since mourned. Oh, still, we sang our songs, we marched our marches.
And the dog, oh the dog, they are blooded from birth, taught that their violence is all that they're worth. This is tradition, yes, this is the way the world turns, as we watch the hills burn. And you can't blame a hound just for being a hound, and the hare will be fine if she doesn't get found. Yes, this is tradition, yes, this is the way the world turns, as we watch the hills burn.
Pray for us sinners, dear Ireland. We know survival well. We've lived 1,000 of these times before. We've never stopped living. Even when our jaws were swung shut by our neighbors, our mouths swollen with the nostalgia of our mother's tongue. We never stopped living, even when we couldn't pass culture in the way we inherited it. When our stories found our children without fathers nor fathers, we never stopped living, even when we had to soften the Irish in our voice, the culture in our accents, the ahas in our Gaeltacht. We never stop living, even when we're given another sound to soothe our children, to announce our rituals, to call our God. We never stop living.
Yes, this is tradition, yes, this is the way the world turns, as we watch the hills burn. Thank you very much. This song was written a little while ago, and it's inspired by a number of things. Mostly I wanted to try and draw in a variety of different Irish stories, parts of our narrative, who we are as people. I feel like we spent most of our, I don't know about everyone else's childhood, but most of mine was dictated by the story of Adam and Eve. And there was an awful lot of that kind of a religious shadow over the narrative of who we are as an Irish people. And then more recently, I learned about the first woman to ever arrive in Ireland. It's a pre-Christian story, a woman who was called Hare, and she was the granddaughter of Noah, as it happens. And as he was building his ship, she turned to him and she asked if she could have a lift on the ship. And unfortunately, he already had one woman, so she couldn't, which is actually the same response I get when I apply for festivals. So he told her, you could gather around you other women and you could build your own ship. And so she did. She gathered around her 149 other women, and together, 150 of them, ready to set sail, get away from the flood. And then 3 men came to them and asked for a lift, and they said yes. But not to forget that Hare was the captain. She's in charge. Don't be messing around. So that was all good. They set sail. They spent 7 years on the sea looking for a place called Inishfoil, which we know is Ireland. And when they got to Ireland, 100 of the women had been killed in a storm. So only 50 women arrived with 3 of the men. And they looked around and realised there weren't many other people there, and they kind of wanted an island with more than just the 53 of them. So they said they better get to work, so to speak. So the 50 women were divided up between the 3 men, giving each man 16.66666667 of a woman. 2 of the men died of exhaustion, and the 3rd man, who was actually Hare's lover, became so overwhelmed with the task at hand that he turned himself into a salmon and threw himself into the sea. Which is actually the fate most of my exes meet, as it happens. So that salmon then swam off and wound up in a well, and over the well was hanging 3 hazel trees, and hazelnuts fell from the trees, and they were the hazelnuts of wisdom, and the salmon ate the hazelnuts of wisdom and became the salmon of knowledge. And the goddess Shona, the goddess who gave their name to the River Shannon, emerged because it was a young girl that went looking for the salmon of knowledge, and she leaned over this well and fell in, and the river took her away and turned her into a goddess. And there's all of these incredible stories that I passed every day. I passed this incredible mosaic in the University of Limerick when I was doing my master's, while I was in the middle of deep, deep anxiety and very bad insomnia. And they sparked the idea that we have all these stories in us. And a hazelnut, like an acorn, you plant it, and if you tend it, it can grow into a majestic tree. And every choice you make is one of those seeds that you can plant, and it can turn into something incredible. And so Sowing Acorns, the song I'm going to play for you now, is about that kind of journey of realising that the choices I've made, or the mistakes maybe that I have had over my life, all mean something in the bigger picture. And that's probably the longest story I'm going to tell you all night. But I can't make any promises.
That was deep.
Thanks, Felicia. Thank you. I try. Mostly it's about insomnia. The night I wrote this song, I fell asleep for the first time in 3 weeks. And the hope is that that won't happen to you. Especially during the tuning. Oh, the tuning. Some crack, huh?
This is my tuning.
La 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 la.
Sorry. I'm done now.
We've had a day of it. Like, we're just gone a bit delirious at this stage.
I've taken over the joke part of the just not.
I've run out. I'm sorry.
Sive.
Here we go. Alrighty. I've been holding out on you these past nights. Oh, before light. Dreams, they don't come to me willingly now. Darkness, no comfort. Silence, no shroud. I have to reason where reason allows. These eyes grow weary now, tracing the lines, counting the cracks in a grey plaster sky. Dreams don't entice them to rest for a while. Dreams are the locked box kept deep in the mind. Some fear what hides behind their own closed eyes. I've been sowing acorns in my densely woven mind. I've been growing trees from memories for us to climb. And when we reach the top, what will we see? When we climb them all, what will we dream? Oh, will we dream? Will we dream? Will we dream? Will we dream? So sleep will come to me now willingly. Peaceful and dreamless will overcome me. Words fade, this jaded mind gives up the fight. Worries and thoughts tangle, twist and unwind. Lost now I drift in this blue black of night. I've been sowing acorns in my densely woven mind. I've been growing trees from memories for us to climb. And when we reach the top, what will we see? When we climb them all, what will we dream? Oh, will we dream? Will we dream? Will we dream? Will we dream?
So, I'm gonna pick up where Emma left off. Not really. Follow on the topic of insomnia.
And you'll
since
continue
I
to
think
sing,
it's-
so.
And remember to turn my guitar on, which I did not
Yep.
do earlier.
True story.
Yeah, true story. So this is also a song inspired by insomnia. It's a song called Storybook Moon, and I wrote it when I was, again, just not sleeping and went for a walk one night, which I know is not advisable, but I did, and it was lovely. And I was just walking under some trees, and whatever way the moon was shining through, it was just, you know, when you just have one of those moments where you're like, everything's fine. And then you get home and the feeling wears off. But I got a song out of it. But it was so perfect that it was like the cover of like a storybook that I had when I was a kid. You know, there's always like a full moon and an owl and a fox or something, you know. So there's some owl noises in here too, actually. Interesting trivia. I mean, kind of. If you like auto-tuned an owl to sing the melody.
Which we might.
I won't try to wake you up in the middle of the night, though I want to, I want to, I want to. They're saying it's best to sleep alone and save your only sleep from someone else's dreams. So I go stealing out in the night, and for a moment I'm just a silhouette in the hanging moon on the cover of a storybook I read. Ooh. I don't know why she couldn't sleep. Was everyone in the whole house snoring, or was she empty and aching and not knowing why? Maybe the storybook moon was enough to fill her cup and flood out the ache, flood out the ache. So I go stealing out in the night, and for a moment I'm just a silhouette in the hanging moon on the cover of a storybook I read. Ooh, ooh, you know, the owl.
I figured that the
Yeah.
ooh part was the owl. The slap though. That was amazing. Every time you guys sing, I get flustered and lost for a second. Anyway, the piece I'm doing next is called In Jesus' Name. It's not about insomnia. I'm sorry. But she does wake up in a hospital bed. I don't know. I try to link it, guys. I really did. But predominantly, this piece is about a sad Black queer experience, and that basically fighting against all the things that don't support your way of existence. I'm really bad at explaining this, and I know I'm a poet, but like that's all I got. But
That's why we write things.
Yeah.
We're not good at talking. You say
like,
the thing in the poem.
Anyway, I know you'd like it. Anyway, it's called In Jesus' Name. The sun will touch your face that morning. You'll painfully stir in your sleep when you realize where you are. Your wrists will feel like drowned stones on a lifeless anchor. You will remain with your face nesting in your braids. The pillow will not smell like yours, nor hers. You catch your mother's scent and you'll panic. You hide the sweat gathering on your forehead, much like your father did when he prepared to tell your mother a lie. You'll know she knows you're awake. She'll insert your name in Jesus' name. She'll scrub his over yours like a lathered iron sponge. I cover your meter with the blood of Jesus. You will hear her say. You'll want to say, I want to be covered in the love of a woman. You'll want to tell Mama that I covered myself in a bath of my own blood. I died so I may live and love. That you tried to save yourself with 1,000 cuts. Tried to help Jesus save you. Tried to bleed out your sin in a slow crucifixion. You stir with these truths in your hospital gown. The sun licking your eyelids open like a faulty envelope. And you see her standing there beside your mother. You'll recognize the low hum beneath Mama's prayers as your lovers cry. Your best friend. You'll feel your 4-year secret just as heavy in your chest as any other day. You'll weep to the whispers of her amens. Your mother will think the Holy Spirit is here, that he is moving through the room. You'll seize the moment to scream, holding all the hands to catch the wails tumbling from your voice box. When you are finished, you resign to silence the lamb slowly slaughtered. Your lover will return to her position with a cry like a hum. Your mother to her prayers. In Jesus' name, thank you.
I don't understand this instrument. I do. It's grand.
Yeah, two units or two that's here.
EFG. No.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Well, this is magic.
There's G's and flats.
So yeah, this is a song that I haven't played in ages actually, but when we were bouncing themes and vibes around for tonight, I thought it would be a good time to revive it. It's called Maud, and it's about a woman called Maud de Lapp who lived on Valentia Island in the 1800s, and she was really interested in sea life and all of everything that she found on the washed up on the shores around the island, and she started to keep really, really detailed accounts and documents of it. And then when some marine scientists came to the island to do some studies, and they discovered her and obviously were fascinated by her and wanted her to go back to the university with them, but she couldn't because she was a woman and it was the 1800s. So yeah, this is a song, I suppose, for Maud. She was a lady, the 7th of 10. The sea was her most beloved friend. Taken by tides and the strange life they bring, but never taught how to think. She took to the water beneath the moonlight. The dusk hummed a tune as she held her skirt tight. She buried that wail like we buried our speech, but ours sank too deep to reach. No daughter of mine will leave home. It is not within her to go it alone, and no daughter of mine will leave home. No daughter of mine will leave home. We are crippled by freedom we cannot afford. We had our minds dropped right out of that boat. I'm burrowed in new grass, I'm tangled in weed. Maud cast her net, but it didn't find me or any of us, 'cause no daughter of mine will leave home. It is not within her to go it alone, and no daughter of mine will leave home. No daughter of mine will leave home. It just occurred to me that I'm playing all my songs with owl noises tonight. It's like I do actually write lyrics.
Tonight is actually all about owls, promoted by Big Owl. We were in the pocket of Big Owl. Yes, yes, indeed.
There's hares, there's dogs.
Oh yeah, hair.
Yeah.
Forests.
Tackle the thing.
We should tackle the thing.
I might just write this out in writing that I can read, so that I'm not just going.
That's what I was saying. Just stand. Okay. You can't be the thing that dangles in people's mouths. The invasion. The taste they wake up in and be in a state. You need prepare for the throat hacking, the spit outs. You taste the rejection, but they can't get rid of you. You have always been on purpose. No, again and again and again and again. You have always been on purpose. Yes, you. You perfume every being you touch. And they will always taste you on your tongue's tip. For you are medicine. Let them gag. So, yeah.
Yes, love it.
It's not a very musical piece.
I think it's really musical.
Like there's some moments I can imagine us getting really intense, like again, you know, like with the melody, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But I think it's something we could maybe play around with during the week.
I'm open to whatever you guys bring, as long as like you feel it. Like if you feel it quite closely to the piece, like I'm open to whatever it is, because I'm just gonna bounce off your energy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought the 2 points that you guys could really play with, the no again and again. You have always been on purpose, and depending on what you come up with, I could repeat it in a certain amount of times.
Yeah, I mean, we could almost approach that as like, I don't know, like a backing vocal sort of perspective. Like it's not necessarily that we're singing underneath you in parts, but where you're saying you've always been on purpose, that we would repeat it like backing vocalist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like we're just doing something super gentle in the background up to that point, if anything. Maybe just like humming with a drone to set the kind of
Feel.
and then when you get to that point, maybe there's like a back and forth of some sort.
I like the back.
Yeah.
No, again and again, you've always been on purpose, and you are medicine. Go wild.
Class. All right, cool.
This would be easier to do in real life. Let's try to sing along with you. When's you gonna come in? Yeah, you know, we'll have time to practice. There's only kind of 4 parts really.
It's just getting that kind of. It's as much like figuring out what our like starting note is.
Yes.
Question.
Oh, jeez. What's up?
Is that roughly where they're going to be?
Roughly, yes.
Yeah.
Both please.
Give or take.
Yeah.
We're gonna shimmy on to the next bit, and this piece is called The Thing. I wrote The Thing straight out of sleep. Like I woke up literally, sat in bed, and I had this overwhelming feeling of, like, not anger. You know when you wanna, like a vengeance feeling, right? Like I felt like I wanted to fight on behalf of someone and not just myself. And I investigated it a bit more, and I just thought, you know what? I'm writing this piece for the weirdos. And I realized that I was one of those guys. And all the caveats of things that fits outside the norm this poem is for those people. I often write poems for weirdos. I should have a ponder about that. But this piece is called The Thing because often when you are something that isn't the popular or the norm or the easily accepted, you're more or less referred to as a thing, or you feel like a thing, and you're undefined. So, The Thing. You can't be the thing that dangles in people's mouths. The invasion. The taste they wake up with and be in a state. You need prepare for the throat hacking, the spit out. They'll try to get rid of you, but you taste the rejection. When they take to brushing you away, scrubbing you with harsh language, don't languish in their words. When they attempt to cleanse with your absence, know again and again and again and again, you have always been on purpose. Know again and again and again and again, you have always been on purpose. Yes, you, I said, have always been an intention of the one that sews earth's fabric. They left you here without a veil to be seen, unridden one. You perfume every being you touch. They'll taste you on their tongue's tip. You are medicine. You are medicine. You are medicine, the one that heals dirty blood. You are medicine. You are medicine. You are medicine, the one that lives in cheek corners forever. You are medicine. You are medicine. Let them gag.
So I got a chance to visit a beautiful part of the country in Cork, part of Cork called Ballyvorne, which is part of the Gaeltacht, the Moose Creek Gaeltacht. And I did a residency there, a brief residency, where I got to learn about kind of local history and local culture and beliefs. They have a really firm belief down there in Gubnet, Saint Gubnet, who is the patron saint of bees and patron saint of smithing. And she's just this incredible figure that I wound up building this weird affinity with. despite not being a particularly religious person, I just developed this bond with this saint somehow. And during my time there, I learned about a local woman who, so the whole area is very kind of almost matriarchal. So they have this patron saint who's like, it's like Saint Gobnet and then like God and the Trinity and all them. Like, you know, that's kind of the vibe. It's like the cult of Gobnet. It's amazing. And they do like these pilgrimages to her and everything. But while I was there as well, like the woman that worked in the Unad Cultura where we were doing our residency, she told me about a woman who lived locally and who in the 1980s had a baby, and she was unmarried. The woman, not the baby. Obviously, the baby was also unmarried.
Just came up.
And I can't help it. And so obviously, if you're an unmarried mother in the 1980s, it's not particularly looked fondly upon. So the woman was, as soon as she had the baby, she was brought to laundry with the baby, and she was allowed to nurse it for a couple of months before being sent home. And in that time, while she was nursing her baby, she decided in herself that she was going to get her baby back. So she went home, and then she went back to the laundry, went up the steps and knocked on the door, and the nun came to the door and she said, "I'm here for my baby." And the nun brought her into a room full of babies, cribs and cots, unmarked, unnamed, and she said, "If you can find her, you can have her." And she found her, and she took her home, and I got to meet her, and I got to meet her daughter, and I got to meet her daughter's daughter. And I wrote this song in tribute to them. It's not their story, but it's a tribute to them and to their strength and to in an ideal world, the love that every parent should have for their child, that they will do anything for them and that they will swear to them to look after them, to protect them and to mind them throughout their lives. And if they can't, that someone else will, and they'll know who those people will be. So in the case of this story, the mother tells her child, "Gobnet will mind you. Gobnet will send her bees to sing to you. The hawthorn, which is the local kind of very common tree, that'll be your brother, that'll be your friend." And so this song started as a lullaby and turned into this defiant declaration of what any mother wants for their child. So it's called So Loss, Oh No Loss, which means solace from sorrow. It's partly in Irish. If you hear words you don't understand, I'm not having a stroke, it's Irish. And I hope you enjoy it. I played no part in choosing you, Storeen. When the time came, I knew you by name. I knew you were crying, a room filled with crying. I knew your face, and I claimed you as mine. Ooh, ooh. I took you home to a quiet reception. No coos or cries from my sisters or kin. Lovingly hand crocheted stockings and gansy were kept for those others not born of sin. Mama won't swaddle my babe when I'm weary. Daddo won't carve you a bauble cree. Your tiny gold curls must only by Mama. Rosy cheeks kissed and your tears dried by me. Ooh, she gobnet the wamo, the hawthorn, your brother. Sani had Torclus the hour on the muck. We will find solace in the vale of Musgree, if we Scottish lave to Nive.
See, guys, what they're not telling you is that they're killing this round way, way more than the first time we did it. It's ridiculous, guys.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God. Like, I'm having like, oh my God. I've heard it like 3 times already. I'm like, okay. I'm still fangirling, whatever.
Once you're in for that, I'll get all of your lights focused on you. Like, this is probably a little bit too hot for you at the moment, but this is your stage for tonight.
Okay. Do you want to sit in where you want to sit comfortably?
Would it be okay? Should we just go for maybe like plug the music stand in the middle?
Oh, yes.
See? Would it be a problem if there was maybe like a music stand in there? Or maybe like me and you could share one, and Emma could.
You can have your own.
Yeah.
You want to select one lucky audience member
To stand there. Amazing.
You have to just make sure like they are very stable though. You don't want them to be shaking the whole time.
My next piece is titled For Our Mothers, and I wrote this piece a good few years ago now, and it's mainly about how our mothers or women of older generations learn how to woman or learn how to mother or learn how to express their femininity under the restrictions of religion, and how they pass on those learnings and restrictions to their daughters, mostly in good faith, but we don't like that shit. So this is the piece honoring their journey that's separate to ours. It's called For Our Mothers. Nay, I could not fold my arms and rest, watching lonely wives wrap their head ties so large, filling it with confiscated feelings, hoping truths get knotted and bound on Sunday morning, covering tired dark eyes with white powder, red lipstick. My dear, it's not so bad, at least I look good. Continuing to wrap a pile of clothing around her waist, linen and lace, concealing footprints above her navel, 5 weeks old. The baby hadn't fully formed yet. She shook her head and the traditional beads clanged without rhythm, joining the noisy depression within her. My dear, God's time is the best. Another baby will come. The car ride was the same every Sunday. Words formed in meaningless conversation through gritted teeth and silent remorse, replacing apologies for cheap compliments. My wife, you look so good today. Our mothers are dancing on Thanksgiving Sundays with bitter stories in their mouths, too afraid to spit it out, their knees darkened by the weight of prayer. Teaching their daughters the necessity of a man is more important than the desire for one, reminding budding females in graduation gowns, my dear, you're not getting any younger. And when their daughters recognize new heart bruises, they reply with a stern glare, but you know men are not to be trusted, sighing, because they remember twinkles in their eyes at the first sign of love, sighing, because their twinkles have long yet faded, and you're the reminder. The reminder that maybe love can unravel the secret she bundles in the privacy of clothing on Sunday morning. So, for Mama's sake, find a love that will heal her through your smile. For Mama's sake, find a love she never had. Thank you. I never know what to do when people clap.
Just do a little shimmy.
So I start doing a little dance.
Just start screaming uncontrollably.
Yeah. It's kind of the same, like, so I have this rule, like, it's the same as whenever people are singing happy birthday to you, I just start doing a shimmy until they stop. Okay. There's lots of shimmies gonna happen today.
So I'm gonna do a song now which is inspired by a number of things, a number of various styles in traditions across the world, really. I wanted to incorporate all kinds of different sounds and ideas into this song. But really, at the end of the day, what it came down to was one day I was sitting in my room looking in the mirror and decided I was not enough and I was not going to fit in. And no matter what I did, I could never be enough or fit in so long as I waited for other people to feel about me the way I felt about myself. So I just decided on this day that I was going to accept who I was at the very core of my being and at the marrow of my bones, and I was going to live in that, and I was going to deliver that to the world. So this was the day that I was this close to throwing in the towel on music. and instead I wrote a couple of songs and decided I would give it another go. So this is called Birdsong. And if you feel like singing along, I don't know if audience members, we're meant to encourage audience members to sing along. Sure, if you feel like singing along, please do.
Just don't ruin the recording.
It was written to, yeah, don't ruin it. It was written to be sung along with. It's inspired by Scottish walking songs, which are like sea shanties, but for women who had tartan that needed to be softened by hammering on a table, and they would have a song that they would sing to keep energy up and keep tempo and all that kind of stuff up. So if you feel like singing, please do. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then here I stand, I'm strong as my bones. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Then, only then, I am all self-doubt. All my will and my won't fly out of my mouth like a little white dove that you've trained so well to sing prettily along to another bird's song. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Meanwhile, I'm tall, I am towering above all the hate in your soul. Can't undo this self-love like a little white dove that will soar on the wind, proudly bruising my lungs with the songs I have sung. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. I'll beat my breast, cry a great fearsome cry, see you cowering then as I fly high. And when I am done, oh, I'll swoop on down, seeking those eyes of judgment, I'll peck 'em out. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. But for now I belong to no beast, man or thing. My own self is my own. I am strong as my bones. Like a fierce bird of prey that knows only the hunt, with a strength you don't know how you pretty birds flown. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones. Till your eyes find me, I'm strong as my bones. Till then, only then, I am strong as my bones.
Fantastic.
Oh, thanks very much.
I told you we should have done my song before that one. It's just going to be a big boomer now after that. No, it's a grand song, like, you just can't really sing along to it. I mean, you can if you want, but you probably don't know it. It's called a song called Beara, and Beara is another name for the Gaeltacht. We're mad for our mythology tonight. Sure.
Stone magic.
Sure. You have to have a bit of magic, you know.
So that's it, like.
So yeah, Beara is, or the Gaeltacht, Beara is the Queen of Winter in Scottish mythology or Celtic mythology. I tend to write a lot of songs about winter, and I didn't think about that, releasing them all in summertime, so sorry about that. But sure, it's kind of always winter here anyway, isn't it?
In my heart.
It may be summer outside, but in my heart it's winter. Okay, so I don't know where I was now. Basically,
Winter.
Beara is the name of this song, and Beara is the queen of winter in Celtic mythology. And actually, I wrote this song in the middle of summer, which kind of sounds weird. But you ever have like one of those days, or like, you know, if there's a period of time in summer where it's just really, when I say hot, I mean Irish hot for a while. And you just feel like pressure. Just go out and have fun, and you're like, it's too much pressure, like,
though,
you know.
we all go out and get sunburned.
And I think it's because we know it won't last, and we feel like we have to just always stay out having fun. When I say hot, I mean like 18 degrees, like obviously. Anyway, it's just a song in defense of winter and the quiet introspection of the dark evenings. Oh, I'm so pretentious. No, but it's it's a song in defense of winter, I guess, and about how you can see things differently in the dark, and how life is all about learning to take the dark with the light. So here we are. This is Beara. It's not like a comedy song.
None of them have been, in fairness. But we're just hilarious. We're just in a very silly sort of.
Yeah. Good luck editing this gig, guys. I'll wear my thickest pair of gloves. He'll try to hold my hand, but he won't get close. Here we are at the turn of July, in floods of ache and light, and I don't know why I'm defined by the shifting moods of the wild. Beara, you are alone in summer. You crave the glow of low light. You're not what they say you are, the dying embers, the coal that brought us too far. I keep you in my sheet and draw you when I need to see if I can see both sides. Clouds trickle by without a sound. They hang upon the air and bear their weight down. Didn't I pine when you carried the swallows away for another year? But they came back and I barely noticed their song fall in my ear. And I don't know why I'm defined by the shifting moods of the wild. Beara, you are alone in summer. You crave the glow of low light. You're not what they say you are, the dying embers, the coal that brought us too far. I keep you in my sheet and draw you when I need to see if I can see both sides. I keep you in my sheet and draw you when I need to see if I can see both sides, to sharpen my view of both sides. I won't go looking for the dark, but I'll move willingly when it comes back. Thank you.
That was a really fun song. It didn't feel like winter. It felt like toe tickles. Oh, okay. I'll get a grip. They didn't share their personal pieces with me, so I'm like...
How are you with people like here, just in case?
Oh, that's grand. I mean, if it has to happen, it has to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
No people that's the
I
It's
saw
like,
a big poster coming into Naas.
yeah.
I was like, oh, it's me. I had to play it cool.
Back to me. I'm doing a piece that I titled They. There's a repeating line in it called that says, they tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. And I took the line from is it 17th century? I think 17th or 18th century Greek philosopher who was excommunicated from his group of peers because he was gay and a poet. And they were like, can't mix those both. Yeah. And since then, that line has been used for many protests, marches, human rights advocacy. So I took the line and it inspired me last summer to write about Black Irish issues and things like that. So that's what the piece is about. Yeah, I'm gonna get into it. I have to be serious for this piece, but I'm not a serious person, so you can see the dilemma. They tried to bury us. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds with shoots. We came from lands rich in soil. We've got roots. They didn't know our people could not be afraid of the dark they fear. Absorbing light to grow skin as thick as bark, as smooth as warm tarmac. They really tried to bury us. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we can't be contained. They didn't know our bellies could convulse with laughter, clapping seal-like at the volcano of chuckles, hacking away at the neck of our throats. They didn't know we could launch forward in unison at our own jokes and still have gravity catch this fade. Yo, they tried to bury us. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we couldn't die in silence. They didn't know we couldn't come and go with ease. They didn't know our first mother had to deal with death, that she broke everything open with the black boy. She wet land with his blood and water first. She fed it and made covenant. Let there be life. They didn't know our lives and deaths would make earth remember. They tried to bury us. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were sound itself. There for each a stunning beat. There for each a music replicated by them. They didn't know that our bodies have tasted and tested the freedom that is ours, that our bodies have spat out their oppression in dance, in song, in rhythm, in blues. They didn't know it's gonna be all right. Started with several head nods, a fist and a frown. They tried to bury us. But they didn't know we could do more than survive. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, unless I've skipped anything else, which I don't think I have, we are at our last song of the evening. This is our third and final collaboration. It's a song called Echoes, and it's about, I suppose, losing touch with our connection with the natural world, viewing ourselves as like separate from it, as opposed to a part of it, and how that impacts how we live and how that impacts our impact on the planet. And I suppose the name Echoes comes from trying to find the echoes of that within yourself, but also how everything that we do now echoes forward into the future and into future generations. And Felicia has infused it with an amazing poem. about a tree, which I think you'll like.
Right. Out on the edges under the sky, even as the day gives way to night, there in the open I fall in love, gathering the remnants of the wars. Ah, ooh, ooh, it's the end, it's the end.
Come outside just a little closer. See how my siblings are felled when no one is around, screaming. They smack Earth's stomach, sighing to the rhythm of your breathing, unforgettably clinging to the same seasons like you, committed to continuing this cyclical commotion of coming back as you birth grandchild, uncle, niece, person. We resurrect, we return, we resume for you.
It's the music of what happens in the wilderness. The echoes of fall away, fall away, fall away, fall away.
For you, we resurrect, we resume, we return for you.
Class. Love it. It's so cool.
That like
And I can hear little places that I can throw in, like definitely, I think there's a place where I can throw in a harmony just in that last verse, just when the music, when you kind of come in at the very end there, Sive. It's little places that I can throw in
I will.
a harmony part.
I'll send you that little recording anyway. So
Do, please, yeah. I think that would be the most natural place for me to come in with a harmony and not like, yeah, I was thinking I might just do ooze, but actually it could be nice for me to like work out your phrasing and actually sing a harmony line on that part at the end. That sounds unbelievable. That's so cool.
got a vote of confidence.
So this is Echoes. How does it go again? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's new.
Out on the edges under the sky, even as the day gives way to night, there in the open I fall in love, gathering the remnants of the wolves. Ah, ooh, empty my pockets, empty my head, fill them with the howling wind instead. Carry it home and try as I might. Underneath the blankets, I can't find the music of what happens out in the wilderness. The echoes of fall away, fall away, fall away, fall away.
Come closer, cave into this command, comrade. Come take a closer look at my browning brittle branches. Come see how much of us can be broken and bulldozed. Don't bury your shame. Come Shake my leaves for gathering, bask in their fall, crisp to heavy feet. For you, autumn, ought to be grateful, glad, joyous, for the shade of this mighty oak.
When I was young, I lived for the trees. Minutes turned to hours on their wings. Now the dial is turning, tuning out the breath. If I lose the signal, it's the end. It's the end.
Come, outside, just a little closer. See how my siblings are felled when no one is around, screaming. They smack Earth's stomach, sighing to the rhythm of your breathing, unforgettably clinging to the same seasons, like you, committed to continuing this cyclical commotion of coming back as you birth grandchild, niece, uncle, person. We resurrect, we resume, we return for you.
It's the music of what happens out in the wilderness. The echoes of fall away, fall away, fall away, fall away. Echo, fall away, the echo,
Resurrect,
the echo,
we resume,
the echo,
we return,
echo,
resurrect,
the echo,
we resume, we return for you, for you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out.